My brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the name of Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate, my brothers and sisters, let me speak to you gently today, because some pains do not need loud answers. They need understanding. There are moments in life when you are hurt deeply, not by strangers, but by people you trusted. You did not intend harm. You tried to remain sincere. You tried to please Allah. And yet, you found yourself wounded, confused, and quietly asking a question you may be afraid to say out loud. Ya Allah, why are you silent? This question does not come from weak faith. It comes from a heart that is tired. Allah, in His mercy, addresses this feeling directly in the Quran when He tells us not to think that He is unaware of what the wrongdoers do. My brothers and sisters, Allah does not miss a single detail, not a word spoken against you, not an intention hidden in darkness, not a tear that fell when no one was around. Sometimes Allah allows pain to continue for a while, not because He approves of injustice, but because He is teaching, revealing, and preparing. The Prophet taught us that the supplication of the oppressed has no barrier between it and Allah. Even when you remain silent, even when you do not know what words to say, your pain itself becomes a dua. Your broken heart speaks a language Allah understands perfectly. Think about the story of Prophet Yusuf alayhi salam. Betrayed by his brothers, thrown into a well, sold into slavery, imprisoned unjustly. Years passed before relief came, but when Allah's plan unfolded, it unfolded completely. What looked like abandonment was actually divine preparation. My brothers and sisters, Allah's delays are never random, they are precise. If Allah removed every hardship immediately, we would never grow. We would never see people for who they truly are. We would never learn reliance on Him instead of reliance on ourselves. Through delay, Allah reveals intentions, strengthens hearts, and builds resilience within you that comfort never could. Your role during these moments is saber with trust, not silence filled with anger, not patience mixed with bitterness, but patience that says, Ya Allah, I place this matter in your hands because you see what I cannot see. When you choose patience over reaction, Allah becomes your defender. And when Allah defends, justice does not come incomplete. It comes in a way that heals your heart, clarifies your vision, and protects your future. One day you will look back and realize, if Allah had answered earlier, you would not have learned this strength. If Allah had stopped it sooner, you would not have seen the truth. If Allah had removed the pain immediately, you would not be this close to Him. Allah delays not to deny you, but to prepare a moment that will change you for the better. But here is something even deeper to reflect on. What if Allah's delay is not only about justice? What if it is also about protecting your heart by exposing others? There is a pain that cuts deeper than any other pain. It is not the pain of an enemy. It is the pain of someone you trusted. You ask yourself quietly, why did this person change? Why did they suddenly show a side I never expected? And the heartbreak feels heavier because betrayal never comes from strangers. It comes from people you opened your heart to. My brothers and sisters, what you see as heartbreak is often Allah's protection in disguise. Allah, in His mercy, removes people from your life not when you are ready, but when He knows they are no longer safe for your heart. Sometimes He lifts the mask gently, sometimes He removes it painfully, but He never does it without wisdom. The Prophet taught us that a believer is not stung from the same hole twice. That wisdom comes only when Allah allows you to see clearly, and clarity, even when painful, is a mercy. Many times we hold on to people because we only see what they choose to show us. We do not hear the conversations they have behind our backs. We do not see the jealousy growing quietly in their hearts. We do not know the intentions they hide beneath kind words. But Allah knows. Allah hears what you never heard. Allah sees what you never saw. Allah knows what your heart could not handle. So when someone reveals their true character through words, behavior, or sudden distance, It is not Allah hurting you, it is Allah saving you from a deeper wound that would have come later. Think about it carefully. A small heartbreak today is easier to heal than a shattered soul tomorrow. In the Quran, Allah tells us that He knows what is hidden within the hearts. That means no intention escapes Him. When Allah removes someone from your life, it is never random, it is calculated mercy. Sometimes the removal happens through conflict, sometimes through disappointment, sometimes through silence, and sometimes through a quiet loss of attachment you cannot explain. That is Allah slowly redirecting your heart away from harm. Many people cry and ask, "Why did Allah let me see this?" But the real question is, do you realize how merciful Allah was to show you this now instead of later? If that person had remained, they might have damaged your peace, your iman, your future, or your emotional stability in ways you were never meant to endure. Allah chose the lighter pain for you because He always chooses what is kinder for your soul. When people leave your life, betray you, or reveal who they truly are, understand this: their chapter has ended. Allah does not remove people to punish you. He removes them to protect you. Every exit is intentional. Every exposure is mercy. Every separation is space being cleared, not for more people, but for more peace. One day you will say, "Alhamdulillah, Allah protected my heart before it broke beyond repair." But here is where many people fail the test. What do you do after Allah exposes them? Do you react with anger, or do you rise with silence? One of the hardest tests Allah places on the heart is this: can you stay calm when you are hurt? When someone wrongs you, everything inside you wants to react. Your heart burns, your thoughts race, your tongue feels heavy with words you want to release. You want to explain yourself, you want to defend your name, you want to respond so the pain can stop. And yet Allah teaches us a truth that is very difficult to accept. There is more power in silence than in anger. Silence is not weakness. Silence is trust. The Prophet warned us to fear the supplication of the oppressed because there is no barrier between it and Allah. What many people do not realize is that sometimes your silence itself becomes that supplication. Your heart speaks when your tongue does not. When you choose silence for the sake of Allah, you are saying, "Ya Allah, I place this matter in your hands. You see what I cannot see." Anger comes from the ego. Silence comes from the soul. Anger wants immediate relief. Silence invites divine justice. When you react in anger, you may feel momentary satisfaction, but you also carry bitterness. You replay the situation again and again. The pain stays alive. Your peace becomes hostage to what someone else did. But when you choose silence, something beautiful happens. Your heart stays lighter. Your dignity remains intact. And Allah takes over the case. Allah never ignores silent pain, not even for a moment. Every tear that falls quietly is counted. Every time you swallow your anger for His sake, it is rewarded. Every moment you hold your tongue to protect your iman, Allah replaces that restraint with something better: clarity, strength, peace, or a door you never expected to open. Many people think silence means losing, but in reality, silence removes you from the battlefield and places Allah there instead. People can manipulate conversations, they can twist words, they can lie convincingly, but no one can manipulate Allah. He knows the moment the heart changed. He heard the words you never heard. He saw the betrayal you were unaware of. So when Allah tells you to be patient, He is not ignoring you. He is telling you, "I have already taken note." Your silence also protects your heart from becoming hardened. Anger changes people. It makes them bitter, reactive, and spiritually exhausted. Silence preserves softness. It keeps your heart alive and receptive to Allah. And here is the most comforting truth: the people who hurt you may think they won because you did not fight back. But the moment they wronged you unjustly, they were already defeated, not by you, but by Allah's promise. Allah does not abandon those who choose patience over pride. He stands with them. He defends them, and He writes an outcome so perfect that you will understand why He asked you to stay quiet. But what happens when silence is no longer enough? When your heart reaches its limit and you finally say, Ya Allah, I cannot do this anymore. There comes a point where patience feels heavy. You have stayed calm. You have stayed silent. You have tried to trust. And yet the pain keeps pressing on your chest. You try to explain yourself, but your words are twisted. You try to fix things, but every attempt makes it worse. You try to remain strong, but inside you feel exhausted. And finally, from a place of complete honesty, you whisper, Ya Allah, I cannot do this anymore. My brothers and sisters, this moment is not failure. This moment is surrender. And surrender is powerful. As long as you believe you can manage everything on your own, you will keep trying with limited strength. But when you reach the point where you truly hand the matter over to Allah, the battle shifts from your hands into His. And when Allah takes over, no force on earth can overpower what He has written for you. The Quran reminds us with absolute clarity, if Allah helps you, none can overcome you. This is not symbolic language. This is a divine promise. Sometimes Allah allows situations to reach a breaking point, so you stop relying on yourself and begin relying fully on Him. Because His help is not partial, His solutions are not fragile, His justice is not incomplete. When Allah takes charge of your battle, things begin to move quietly but powerfully. Doors you never imagined start opening. People who once opposed you lose relevance. Lies spoken about you begin to collapse without you defending yourself. Plans made against you fall apart on their own. You do not need to fight. You do not need to prove anything. Allah rearranges circumstances with precision you could never design. Those who expected your downfall begin to witness your rise. Those who thought you would break see you strengthened. Those who assumed you were weak realize too late that you were protected. And here is the beauty of Allah's justice. He does not only remove harm, He elevates you through it. You emerge calmer, wiser, more grounded, more connected to Allah than before. While others were plotting against you, Allah was building you. While they were throwing stones, Allah was laying a foundation beneath your feet. While they were closing doors, Allah was preparing one they could never touch. People may oppose you because they misunderstand you, envy you, or fear what Allah has placed inside you, but Allah defends you because He knows your heart. He knows your sincerity, and Allah never allows falsehood to overpower truth forever. So if you feel helpless today, do not despair. Helplessness before Allah is the beginning of strength. Tears before Allah are not weakness, they are weapons. Surrender before Allah is not loss. It is victory waiting to unfold. One of the most beautiful truths in Islam is this: Allah never allows a believer to suffer for nothing. Every tear you cried in secret, every night your heart felt heavy, every moment you questioned why this was happening, none of it is wasted. Allah does not let pain exist without purpose. What you go through is not meaningless. It is being transformed quietly into something that will benefit you in ways you cannot yet see. Many people think risk only means money, food, or comfort, but risk is much deeper than that. Risk is peace after chaos. Risk is clarity after confusion. Risk is strength after weakness. Risk is wisdom that only pain can teach. Sometimes the risk Allah gives you is protection. Protection from a person who would have harmed you more deeply later. Protection from a path that looked safe but would have damaged your iman. Protection from becoming someone your heart could not live with. When you remain patient through pain, Allah begins replacing what was taken from you, maybe not immediately, maybe not in a way you expected, but always in a way that is better for your soul. The Prophet taught us that Allah is with the patient, not watching them, not observing them, with them. That means your pain brings Allah closer, not farther. Your tears bring mercy, not abandonment. Sometimes Allah closes a door, not to punish you, but to redirect you. You may lose a person but gain peace. You may lose stability but gain growth. You may lose comfort, but gain closeness to Allah. What Allah takes, He replaces. What He delays, He perfects. But here is something even more powerful to understand. What happens to the people who tried to break you? Do they really walk away untouched? There is a quiet danger in pain that many people don't talk about. Pain can either purify the heart or poison it. Two people can experience the same injustice. One becomes bitter, the other becomes closer to Allah. The difference is not what happened to them. The difference is where they took their pain. Allah never allows hardship to enter your life to harden your heart. If pain makes you colder, angrier, or distant from Allah, then the lesson is still unfolding. But when pain softens you, humbles you, and pushes you toward dua, reflection, and reliance on Allah, then something sacred is happening. The Prophet went through rejection, mockery, loss, and betrayal, yet his heart never hardened. Instead, it became more merciful, more patient, more forgiving. That is not human strength, that is divine nurturing. My brothers and sisters, Allah cleans hearts through difficulty the way fire purifies gold, not to destroy it, but to remove what does not belong. Pain removes arrogance you didn't know you had. Pain removes attachments that were slowly harming you. Pain removes illusions about people, control, and certainty. And in their place, Allah plants sincerity, humility, and tawakkul. This is why some hardships linger, not because Allah wants to hurt you, but because there is still something in the heart that needs refining. When you sit with Allah in your pain instead of running from it, something shifts. You stop asking, "Why me?" and begin asking, "What are you teaching me?" That question alone transforms suffering into guidance. Allah does not want you to become numb. He wants you to become aware, aware of your dependence on Him, aware of your limits, aware of what truly matters. And when the heart is cleaned, relief begins to approach quietly. But here is the next truth many people overlook. Once Allah cleans your heart, He also changes your direction, and that redirection can feel confusing before it feels peaceful. My brothers and sisters, let us end with a truth that brings peace to a tired heart. Life will hurt you, people will disappoint you, plans will collapse, and sometimes answers will not come when you beg for them. But through all of it, remember this with certainty. Allah never abandons a sincere heart. Every injustice you experienced was seen. Every tear you cried in silence was counted. Every night you struggled to breathe under the weight of pain was known to Allah. You were never forgotten, not even for a moment. Allah was shaping you while you thought you were breaking. He was protecting you while you thought you were losing. He was guiding you while you felt lost and confused. Some people entered your life to stay. Some entered to teach you. And some entered only to be removed, because their presence was blocking the mercy, peace, and growth Allah had written for you. Nothing was random, nothing was wasted. If you were hurt, it was not to destroy you, it was to refine you. If you were delayed, it was not rejection, it was divine precision. If you were redirected, it was not loss, it was protection. The Prophet taught us that Allah is gentle with His servants. Even when the road feels heavy, it is never cruel. Allah takes you through what you need, not what you want, because He sees the ending while you only see the pain of the moment. So let your heart rest now. Stop replaying what happened. Stop questioning your worth. Stop carrying a burden Allah already asked you to place in His hands. You did your part. You were patient when it was hard. You trusted when it hurt. You stayed silent when reacting would have destroyed your peace. Now let Allah do His part. Because when Allah handles your story, it ends with wisdom. It ends with growth. It ends with peace. Even if the journey was painful, Ya Allah, heal every heart that listened to these words while carrying silent pain. Ya Allah, replace every tear with tranquility, every wound with light, and every hardship with ease. Ya Allah, for those who were wronged, be their defender. For those who were betrayed, be their comfort. For those who feel exhausted, be their strength. Ya Allah, remove from our lives what harms our iman, even if our hearts were attached to it. and grant us what is better, even if we do not yet understand it. Ya Allah, grant us patience that does not break us, faith that does not shake, and hearts that find rest in you alone. Do not leave us to ourselves even for the blink of an eye. And Ya Allah, make the ending of our stories better than the beginning, fill our future with peace, and reunite our hearts with you in a way that heals everything that was once broken. Ameen. My brothers and sisters, walk forward with confidence. What missed you was never meant for you. What hurt you was never stronger than Allah. And what is written for you will reach you at the exact moment your heart is ready. If Allah is with you, you are never alone.